Has life become routine since, like, I mean, Ishmeet, you've had it for a couple of years now where you started work and you've been in that flow for over 2 years, 3 years maybe, close to 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
Um, Rajiv, you just got into it over the last few months. It's more like, I mean, even if you're working for like a month, doesn't it feel very routine? Like, okay, I have to like make sure my week goes well or like sleep enough so that I can actually work the next day. Like, because otherwise, like personally, I feel like my performance goes like like that if I sleep like less than 6 hours or something. Like, there's no like, oh, I can stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning and get up at 8 and work properly. I can't do that anymore. Do you guys feel that?
I do worry, like I have a fresh kind of perspective on that. So recently, because of just getting into this work, I have to develop the whole routine from scratch, whatever I have to fit my job profile. So accordingly, I am someone who likes like same thing every day, as long as it reduces the amount of different things I have to think about. So my getting up, my mom was saying that day, everything is fixed. Like I get up, read the papers, make tea, whatever, have breakfast at this time and have to get ready, go. Once I go, I get to a courtroom, I do, then I come back. It's all fixed, clock. And I love that about my routine. If it doesn't go that way, then I get thora ki, why is it
Hmm.
not happening on time? I get
Hmm.
finicky.
Hmm.
So, and what I'm focusing on right now is to include different things that I care about into that routine. So let's say I realize ki I want to do a little bit of skin care and face care and want to really, cut my nails on time. I shouldn't have long nails randomly because I notice these things that it perfect and I have to shave my beard regularly. So I mean, keep Saturdays for that.
Okay.
So one more thing, थोड़ा ज़्यादा extreme को I take this to the extreme is when I realize I'm very stiff. I want to stretch more and be more flexible. So when I make the tea in the morning, 5 minutes I let it simmer. So in that 5 minutes I stretch. So because every morning I have that 5 minutes, and it's just a reminder that you stretch now. So that stretching just automatically happens. So I'm just tweaking my routine as I go and getting the best out of it.
Has your phone time when you're like the amount of time you used to be alone on your phone reduced? Like, not when you're like when you're free, like you're free for less time.
Whenever on off days or on work days.
Whatever, like just like over the week, let's say.
Huh.
Like compared to before,
Huh.
I feel like if I'm on my phone, like I'm checking sports or something, but I'm not like, oh, WhatsApping or like spending, like a lot of time communicating with people. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at, okay, what's new on Instagram or something, but I don't spend a lot of time talking to people. I don't know if you guys, I mean, of course, you guys have your significant others that you have to text, but like other than that, I'm talking about.
So, firstly, with regards to your first question, I think life being dull, I think I would resonate with what Joe's trying to say, because I've realized that the only time when things have been able to function very smoothly for me is when I've at least been 20, 40, 60% disciplined. Like right now, like all up till until my trip, okay, last week, I was मेरा बहुत random arbitrary जिंदगी चल रहा था. I'm sleeping at X time, waking up at X time, not eating the same breakfast or every day, not eating my meals on time every day. And that's also one of the reasons why I was getting lost all over the place, like I told you guys. So this time I made up my mind कि मैं रात को जितने भी बजे सो, I have to wake up at 8:30. And like Joe, you, while your tea is simmering, you stretch. I wake up, I have this bottle of water, I drink half of it. And just after I've had half that bottle of water, I stretch then. Zameen pe let ke do cobra and all those things.
Yeah.
Get my back straight and all of that. Then I go to my kitchen and make myself haldi pani. So I'm just trying to do these things every day so that, like I was reading circadian rhythm. You're training your body to behave in a certain way at certain time. And I'm not even kidding. Even if I've slept for 5.5 hours, I'm done this for 5 days now. But even if I've just slept for 5.5 hours, but I've woken up at 8:30, say, my body, I'm not feeling sleepy during work, like what I usually used to. I'm trying to eat. So all these things and I'm like, again, Georgie said, trying to fit in the things I like. Even I'm trying to innovate within it. Like trying to read a book. I lost my habit of reading books, so trying to wherever I can at least chip in for 10 minutes. Skincare is something I've now become a master at, or taking care of my hair, trying to do more things and to help out other people. So I think that's discipline and the constant want to innovate so that it doesn't become dull is the way to go, is what I've figured out. And with regards to you spending time phone, मेरा क्या होता है weekends में usually I spend a lot of time, or during the week I have my work is usually on the laptop and phone पे उतना तो होता नहीं. Instagram average is also very less. I've realized it's less than 20-25 minutes a day, which I think is good, keeping in mind when I've seen other people's. Saturdays and Sundays को थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाता है naturally, but otherwise it's less. And I'm just trying to not do during weekends, at least trying to innovate, like not doing that a rhythm based life. Kabhi idhar, kabhi udhar, kabhi shopping, kabhi
Right.
idhar,
Yeah.
something else which is not like last week.
So let me ask you this, right? Like based on this, like given that all of us have similar experiences, more so recently about getting organized and being disciplined, right? Analyze. Do you think, and of course, this entire constant need of, in a way, you're seeing that I'm improving when I am more disciplined or I perform better, right? So do you think that also comes with, I don't know, some kind of fear that, okay, like I'm young right now, like I'm only young for like a certain period of time. And like, I also like, I'm out of college now. Like I want to focus on myself and my improvement. Like a lot of things that you do nowadays is more focused on improvement than it used to be. It's not villa time. It's more like, okay, I want to focus, like, even if it's development, it's something which is something that you like doing, not necessarily something that, oh fuck, I have to do this, you know?
Because in college, I think Ishmael also, we had that experience where we experienced many things in college. He had that stupid society that, not stupid, I mean, whatever society that he had.
That one there was a violation.
And I had different things. I had my corporate law internships that I did, and all these things were people said ki ye karo acha lagega, and we tried all that, and because of that we ran, and we didn't like running that race. So now we've figured out the race that we want to run, and now I realize that it's a marathon. So you have like a good shirt when you're running, feel good when you're running, be hydrated. So वो सब कर रहे हैं अभी. So that's why it's not, the motivating factor is different.
Rahul, one more thing, like you mentioned, ki don't you feel like the time which you get, say, you spend it on self-improvement? I'll be very honest with you. If abhi there's my 21-year-old colleague, okay, he says his own in the jo free time milta hai, I see him not trying to forcefully but naturally, ठीक है ना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, looking at videos, very informational videos, motivational videos, educative videos regarding startups, regarding companies, regarding creator economy, and I'm like, भाई ये सब तो मैंने कर लिया है. मतलब to an extent, I remember when I was like, no, every moment free time में मैं कुछ ऐसा engaging देखूं जो मेरा mind को ऐसे करेगा. And if I just, I'm like कि भाई नहीं करना है मेरे को उतना. मतलब I'm like कि ठीक है. I mean, not that I don't want to lose the edge again. I'm not young for it. This is the time to actually build up the knowledge. Right. I don't want to do it so forcefully. I don't want to force myself to do it. If I feel like it, I'm gonna watch that video. I think I'm right in that zone and I like doing that. But अगर मैं chill कर रहा है, and until say that's something which has randomly popped up and I want to read it or I'd rather watch an episode of Drive to Survive. Or I'd rather just do some Instagram scrolling.
Getting back to the topic where you're talking about, all right, now I'm doing things because I want to do them. I feel like that privilege, as you can call it, it comes with having a strong base. Like you know that base, as in like, this is not directly impacting my food, shelter, clothing, like the necessities of life, where I'm like, okay, if I waste my time on this, it's not like I'm going to lose my job. That kind of stuff, like you're a little more settled and you feel a little more comfortable in what you're doing, such that, you can afford to do these other things which you like doing.
Yeah, true. Obviously, I think that's a given. That's a given. And also, we all three of us come from privileged backgrounds, and we admit that. And also, I think half of our listeners if like let's say 80% are Indians and they are, let's say, from Spotify, I'm assuming they come from sort of similar backgrounds as we do, and therefore it's a given. I shouldn't act that cocky, but I'm assuming many of us are in that same platform where we have our basic food, shelter, clothing intact, and therefore are now building this next step we're taking. So it's very difficult to have a conversation like for someone who's not doesn't have those three, because he won't relate to our conversation. So I think we can have that assumption that whoever's listening to our podcast right now has those three at least, and then is now.
I was talking more in the sense of a foundation, like having a set foundation where you're working, where like you have that reputation, and where like that's where I was going with, not exactly food, shelter, clothing.
I'll tell you what I was going to chip in when I was saying this. So at least in my case, okay, I think more than trying to do this, it's also from the point that now I don't really have to, at least in my case, okay, I've been working in this one place for the last 3 years, right? I mean, I'm not eager to prove anything to anyone right now.
Right.
Because so that I don't need to say suddenly come up with a fantastic point and the audience is like, oh, because I know that that's going to naturally come in right now because utna at least काम किया हुआ है. But of course, this doesn't mean कि पढ़ना लिखना नहीं, of course करना है, but that eagerness कि चलो मैं कुछ आज पढ़ता हूँ, ये करता हूँ, वो करता हूँ, no. I need to innovate what I know. And that's
it's not constant hustle is what you're saying. In a way.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Like hustling to, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's no force ki I'm eager to prove anything to anyone anymore. I've already done that shit. But you can there in that point you can take it easy, is what I'm saying. And I can concentrate on doing stuff. Like I'll tell you guys one thing. I enjoyed how much I love doing laundry.
Yeah.
I never expected. मतलब I'm not even kidding. As per Rahul's face, हमको कपड़े धोने अपने मेरे जब कपड़े धो के आते हैं, making sure it's all organized, it's gone to the laundry guy, तब हम अच्छे से सजा के अपनी अलमारी में रख रहे हैं. The clothes which are very expensive white shirts, I wash them myself. I put them in a nice comforter which smells very good. Drying them myself, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है करने. I feel very clean. Like if you see my almirah right now, you'll be like, "Fuck Ishmi, this is so amazing." I look forward to Saturdays in order to actually get my clothes all done.
Like laundry.
I hate laundry. Even I hate laundry.
Oh, it's such a mess. It's like, God, it takes forever. It's such a waste of time.
It might be, but it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, I know. I understand why someone can like it, but I did it in college, and it was somehow I get done with it. Somehow.
You know what I started doing? I started taking more undies and more t-shirts from Calcutta to here. So I'm like, okay, stretch it as much as possible. It's one semester. One semester, it's 16 weeks. Means I should not have to do laundry more than 3 or 4 times.
Dude, my colleague carries 20 undies in order to ensure he doesn't have for 1 month he can stay without washing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I know we're talking about this on a podcast, but I counted. I have over 45, you know.
Whoa! Why? How do you? Why the hell you have 45 undies?
Bro, I don't know.
Too much of information on the podcast.
Coming back to तेरा इश्मीत का वो जो hustle culture वो जो उसका 21-year-old friend कर रहा था. हाँ, तो in that like what similar, even I was similar. I still am to a certain extent. इतना कि मतलब even when I was free weekends, like right now, I have that routine on weekdays, but weekends को I don't know what to do. Okay. Weekends ko I don't that there's no structure, there's nothing. So in the end it becomes I haven't figured that out as yet, how to make. So in the end I say that I should make the most of my weekends also. Okay, and that in the end happens results in me taking too much of stress and doing things just to get productivity.
Honestly, screw it. It's like, let me enjoy that weekend. Like it's fine, you know, like some weekends are fine. Like I have friends where like I watch Netflix or anime like for the whole weekend and I feel so guilty. And I'm like, bro, it's okay. Like if you do it like repetitively every single weekend, then yes, I understand. But एक weekend ठीक है भाई. I binge watched Drive to Survive last weekend. I was happy.
I spent 4 hours swimming yesterday.
Why?
But from 6 to 10, random, not 6 to 9, sorry, and then 1 hour chilling, and the time ऐसे निकल गया. And I was like, भाई सही है, होली का दिन है, Friday है, Saturday है, Sunday भी है भाई. Chill, bro. क्या है?
So exactly. So
also fun in that.
In that what I've realized ki matlab, because work has become a little more stressful than how it used to be. So it's required for me to at least Saturday, Sunday go at least like, just don't have to do things just because you're being judged or being like have to be good. Like I play the ukulele and try to sing somewhat. So I'm not that great a singer, but it's a stress buster in the end. And it's a stress buster, and just like playing it, strumming it, and even doing whatever the fuck, even the lyrics are not right, it just gives me that release.
One more thing what was I gonna say?
One eternity later.
Weekend में pressure. आज हम सोचा क्या करेगा? आज मैं सुबह उठा, I made a to-do list कि टक टक ये 8-10 चीजें करना है. हम 5 कर लिया, जो 5 मेन काम था वो सब किया ही नहीं. So I was like, कल करेंगे वो.
Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is the race. Tomorrow is the big day.
Tomorrow is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Yeah.
Something we're all looking forward to. I think, like, I really look forward to those 20 weekends in the year. I'm like, fine, I have something to do and have something to look forward to. I work, but I still have something to look forward to, I don't have to study or anything. But anyway, I think the crux of it is as you grow up, you realize the importance of organization, of being disciplined in your own way. You learn how to allocate your time and like time management in general.
And the core,
that's something anybody can really teach you.
Yeah, and the core principle and the funda behind the whole thing is basically consistency and the fact that everything adds up. So even a bad habit adds up. Like if you have bad posture throughout, after a while your spine will hurt. So similarly, if you have if you have like good habits throughout, similarly those things will add up and it will expand and you will reap the benefits later on. I guess so. Dekhna baki hai wo.
Karte. I think I'm so happy, like all of us
agree.
When I see us, the three of us actually feel that we've grown. In our thoughts, if I just go back to 2020, हम लोग क्या बकचोदी करके हमारे points थे. अभी हम लोग, I think if somebody, this was actually what I wanted from this podcast, 20, 30, 40 years later, I can binge watch our episodes and be like, क्या चूतिया बात कर रहा था इसमें, क्या फालतू बात कर रहा था. Now I'm like, fuck bro, काफी mature. And maybe it keeps getting, I mean, we don't have to be mature, but I think our thoughts will also take structure.
Yeah.
So on that note, guys, since we didn't have an intro, make sure you're listening to us. We are not very frequent, but we hope we will be. We just all super tied up with our lives, but we'll make sure we get these episodes out to you. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience like always. You know what to do. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you email us at 3FAATY@gmail.com if you guys have any topics that you want us to cover, if you want us to talk about. And until then, that's goodbye from Ishmeet, Rahul, and Joyjeev. Khuda Hafiz.